Welcome back. In this video, we'll be speaking about the dangers of fiber optics. So when you're working with fiber optics, the hardware, you see this logo all the time on every single piece of hardware. You see this logo. This means that it's a warning to you. Don't look directly into the fiber. Alright, so this is a optical meter. Alright, we're running on the 1310 nanometer frequency. This is in the shade. This is what you normally see in the shade, right? And it's still pretty bright, even here. And with direct sunlight, you see it at negative 14.27 dBm, right? That's basically staring into the sun. Right, so when you're splicing, if you point it at yourself, you basically look into the sun and you can either temporarily or permanently blind yourself. In the shade is at neg 47, which is still bright if it's concentrated. Right, so never look into it. Right, so this is from a VFL. This is the orange and black one. I know there are different color codes. No idea if there's different strength level. But as you can see, this is pretty bright. Right, and it says neg 40.5 at 1490. Right. So when you're splicing, this is a visual representation of the fiber optic light in use, even though it's invisible and you can't really see it. As you can see here, he has a VFL in his hand. Let's zoom in a bit for you all to be able to see, those of you on mobile. Right. So he has a VFL in his hand, and as you can see, light is emitted in a circular way. Right. As it's getting ready to cleaver it, it's still circular. So even when it's invisible, the light's also still there, and it can still damage your eyesight. Right. This is after he removes the sheath off of it. As you can see, this area here is still illuminant, so it can still blind you at the end of the day, right? As you can see right here, he already cleavered it. You can't see anything because now it's a precise splice. But when he puts his finger in front of it, you still see it illuminating. So if you point it at yourself, now it's a more focused beam. It can do even more damage. And this is when he puts it into his connector. This is why I never really like the white clear connectors, because you can circle forever for the the ones that are sealed off, like the green ones in the Perfect Vision APC-SC connector. Perfect example of that. So I missed anything before we move on? No, I don't think so. Okay, so we go on to the next slide. Alright, so this is what a VFL looks like, right? So this is your off position. This is your when you put it up once, it's for the continuous stream, and you put it down once, it's for blinking. This is to tell you where the fiber is damaged if you're using the white clear curve. So in case, instead of you having to run around to look and see physically where it is, you can just put this on and it will just illuminate bright where it's either damaged and or broken. Right. Another thing with this VFL is that right here, if you look into this, even though it has a big warning sign here, this can still damage your eyesight. I wish I knew that a little sooner, but here we are. Yeah, so you see how it's bright here, and how it's bright here. Don't look directly into this. Please look away or put it towards your finger. You can look at your finger instead of looking into it directly. Right? And sometimes this can be on while nothing is being emitted here. So try your best not to look into that. Alright, so this is basic description of the fiber expanding beam. So from the source it starts off small, and the farther away if you go, the bigger it looks, right? So this is what basically looks like if it's affecting your eyesight. You will notice little black dots on top and below, as well as at night you might not be able to see things if you look directly at them, but if you look away from it, then you'll see it. In the daytime, it's mostly see little black dots around, but at night it will kind of begin to affect you, and over time especially. Alright, and you can see the retina damage right here. This is the center of the eye wall, going back to the optical nerve, and just like right here, center of the eyeball back to the optical nerve. You see it right there. Over time, it will begin to show up. Now, can it spread? I'm not 100% sure yet. Hopefully not, but I'm not sure. I think it's called retina deterioration or something like that. So this is a reference. I'm assuming for those of you on mobile to see this site. And it's just a basic run through of the fiber optic safety while it's on, right? And as you can see, you have the visible wavelength, right? And then you have the infrared in nanometers. You have the 850, the 1400, and the 1550 nanometers, right? So you have visible and invisible light. So you always have to treat it like as if the fiber is, let's say, on, or there's light coming through it, right? Like same thing with electricity. Even if you see a cable there and you know the cable is not live, you're working in a house, you're working out in the field, see cable there, you know the cable is not on, you still treat it like it's live, you don't touch the ends, you use your gloves and all of this, but you don't look into the fiber cable itself. Even when there's no connector on it, keep it pointing away from your eyes and away from the people around you at all times. This is another reference. This one is a much better read because it goes more in depth. I didn't really realize this existed until towards the end of me making this. This is why this is more towards the end. It's also a good read as well. And this is just a basic breakdown of, you know, the visible and the infrared 400 to 1400 nanometers radiation. So it'll stop around here, around your iris, and then continue towards your retina. The 1400 to 1 nanometer mid infrared to far infrared. This one is blocked off by your cornea, and then you have the 315 to 390 nanometer, which is near ultraviolet. Now, this one is also blocked off, but it can affect your lens, right? So you might see things blurry. This one you will see the black dots in your eyes, and this one I'm not really sure how it affects. I think it gives you cataract, but I'm not 100% sure, right? The wavelength range and the pathological effect. So we have the 180 to 315 nanometer. So we have photokeratitis, inflammation of the cornea, equivalent to sunburn basically, which I know it hurts for sure. At 1410 to 400 nanometer, the photochemical cataract, clouding of the eyes, which some techs have said that they begin to experience. Those are spoken to. At the 400 to 780 nanometer is visible, so you know obviously you'll have retinal burns as you can see it and stuff. Then you have the 780 to 1490 nanometer in the infrared at the cataract and retinal burn again. You have the 1.4 to 3.4, not quite sure what this means, but it's in between nanometer and millimeter. You have the aqueous flare, protein in the aqueous humor, cataract, corneal burn. Yes, you can get corneal burn too. I remember a friend of mine got that, but it was also something completely different. But when I was told about it, it sent shivers down my spine, but it exists. And then you have up to the 1 millimeter, which is the corneal burn, right? So it wouldn't go down to your retina, but you can't possibly go to the hospital to have this dealt with. But when it goes down to your retina, then that's a different story. For the lens itself, you can always just get glasses to correct that one. Well, not really correct, but like to, you know, help you see better. Alright, so what I recommend wearing is these types of glasses. I can't remember their name, but the range is from the 850 to 1625 nanometer, or whatever wavelength you work with. These for like daytime, carries them at night because it's really dark, but they work extremely well, I must say. There are the real ones and there are the fake ones. The fake ones work pretty well, but the real ones are the real deal, but they cost like 300 US plus. So if you can't afford that, then you can take the fake ones off Amazon, Walmart, you know, these sites there for like 20 something US, 16 US, 15 US. I saw one for 12 US as well. You know, try to go for the $20 one or higher. You know, it says it right here, but it's a bit too small to see. But just look it up. Fiber optic eyewear protection. Look it up on either directly on Amazon or directly on Google, and then Google redirect you for the links and whatnot. But yeah, that's all for now. I don't think I missed anything, but I will make a part 2 in case I miss anything, and then I'll add on to it as well. But that might not happen till like you know, maybe 4 months from now, 5 months from now, 8 months from now, a year, 2 years from now. If anyone's watching this 2 years from now, please remind me to make the video as I might forget. But yeah, take care.